the Lizzies are in lockdown. Come along with me and I'll tell you why. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Homestead Rewind. The sun has not even gotten over the clouds yet. It's a hazy, hazy day. My glasses are fogging up, my camera lens is fogging up. It's just sticky. Now more than ever, I'm having to water these chickens 2 or 3 times a day because even if they don't run out of water, the water just gets so warm and I worry that they might be overheating. So I make sure I get them some water at least 2 or 3 times a day. Drinking much water. What's the deal? Look at these pretty little ink mushrooms. I guess that's what they're called. That's what I call them, ink mushrooms. They're growing up all over in my compost. Pretty little things. I'm not going to eat those, but they are pretty. And they're also a sign that the ground beneath them is very healthy. It's breaking down just like I want it to for my gardens next year. I'm telling you, it's hazy out here. Did you guys notice my new t-shirt? Rewind your mind. Rewind your mind to a time when we weren't so reliant on a system. On my last video, there was a clue at the very end of the video. I'm running a test to see who watches my videos to the end. Apparently, nobody does. The person who catches on to that challenge is going to win one of these t-shirts for free. If you're interested in getting a Homestead Rewind to help support my channel and also help a young stay-at-home mom, she's doing these shirts for me. You can email me at homesteadrewind@gmail.com, or you can go to my Facebook page, Homestead Rewind, and send me a private message. Either way, we can hook up and I can get your short ordered for you. Now, the lettering on the back, you can get tie-dye, you can get neon pink, you can get green, you can get white. There's several choices that you can make in these t-shirts. I'm watering my garden today. Even though there's a heavy dew on, I still want to make sure that my ground is staying cool. We've had heat indexes of 107. I know that a lot of you guys are suffering from it too. I want to thank everyone who has been supporting my channel. My analytics have been really nice. I'm keeping my views up. And for those of you that are sharing on social media, thank you so much. You cannot know how much difference it makes when you share my videos. Let me show you the garden. I'm going to have plenty of cantaloupes this year. I've got several on that are that size. My second round of green beans is doing better than the first. The bugs seem to be leaving them alone a little bit better than they did the first round. And I've got squash, finally. Oh, did you see that cat? We've got a stray cat coming around. Ever since we got Kit Kat and Snickers, we have a cat that is showing up. Anyway, these are my squash, and I don't have any squash on. I think they're the patty pan kind. That's what I planted anyways. Don't have any squash on yet, but I do have some big, big blooms, and the bees are just crazy at this garden. My Armenian cucumbers are doing very well. Look at this one down here. That is a big cucumber. I picked one even longer than this, and I was very pleasantly surprised that the seeds in it were still really small. It was a tasty cucumber. I think we're about ready to pick this one now. I'm going to have several butternut squashes this year. I'm excited about that. And they're growing great on this trellis that I have over the garden. Gotta wipe you off. Hazy. Whew. My scarlet red runner beans, I only have 5 seeds in that package. And I think that every seed I planted did sprout. And you can see that they're growing up the trellis really well. They're blooming a pretty red bloom. I took a picture the other day, faced against a better lighting situation. I'll put that right here so you guys can see how beautiful those beans are. I removed all of the carrots out of my container and I tried to reseed some. It was just too hot. Those ones that I sprouted in the plastic container in the video where I showed you how I think the best method of growing carrots is, especially in containers, is sprouting them first. There's a video back in there. You guys can go back and look for that. Or I'll try to remember to leave a link in the description. But in its place, I planted the gem corn that I got from Heidi at Rain Country. I may have been too late this year to receive any benefit from that, but I'm going to try anyway, and we'll see how it goes. Look at the ground cherries, guys. There are some that are getting ripe, and I'll show you. The skin turns to paper around them, and you have this beautiful little yellow tomato-looking thing. Tastes like a cross between a tomato and a pineapple. It's such an unusual flavor. But man, it's delicious. I'd have no idea if the ones that are grown wild over there are going to taste like this when the paper turns yellow on them. We'll see. My aromas have finally decided to blush, but as you can see, they're filled with holes. About a week or so ago, I came outside and the chickens were over in the garden area, which they normally are. And up until that point, I had no trouble with them trying to get to my fruits. And I only noticed this because little green tomatoes were laying on the ground with a hole pecked in them. The chickens were eating my green tomatoes. So guess what? Rosie, the chicken herder, rounded them all up and they all went to the coop, and that's where they've been. Yeah, we can't have them eat in the garden, guys. They're on lockdown. Those girls just can't stay out of trouble. After me and Rosie got the Lizzies locked up, I come back up here, and as you can see, I found also some of those green tomato worms. They were having a feast. Since then, I've picked 3 of them off of my tomato plants, but since then I haven't had any other trouble with them. And the chickens got a little bit of reward. Man, do they love those green tomato worms. I finally have some jalapeno peppers. I really didn't think I was going to be able to get those this year because I almost killed out my jalapenos because I put wood mulch around them. Once I pulled all that wood mulch off of them, they are finally coming out of it, and they are putting on some pretty good peppers for me. That's my big take-home lesson from this year's garden. Peppers do not like wood mulch. And next year when I plant my peppers, I will only put straw over them, no wood mulch. So this is what the white tomatoes look like, the big tomatoes look like when they're ripe. Uh-oh, bug, squish. Can't have that. Whew, stink bug. But these are what they look like, and you can see they're getting pretty big. And those are way better than the cherry white tomatoes. The flavor is so much better. Whew, that stink bug stinks. My potatoes that I planted the second round, they're coming up. And my purple potatoes that I replanted that I thought were too small to take in, this is what they look like now. They're blooming. My comfrey plant is falling over. I guess I need to come out here and probably harvest that and get it put in the dehydrator so that I'll have plenty of poultice making material for the winter. This weekend I am going to the Homesteading Life Conference in Hannibal, Missouri, and I am ecstatically excited. I'm going to try to do some live, which you'll be able to catch over on my Homestead Rewind page on Facebook. For YouTube won't let me do lives yet, I guess because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. Although I know some people that haven't had 1,000 subscribers were able to do it, and I just can't figure out how they've done that. But I will jump on to my Facebook Homestead Rewind page and do some lives for you. And I wanted to catch some good footage so you guys can see what that life conference is like. If you've been watching my channel, you know that me and Jay had the opportunity to go to Doug and Stacy's, the off-grid with Doug and Stacy's, and help with building Doug's mom's cabin. We didn't do a whole lot of work, just some heavy work for Doug getting that big beam up, but they rewarded us with a trip to the Homesteading Life Conference, and I am over the moon. I am so excited about it. It was unbelievably generous of Doug and Stacy to invite us to the Homesteading Life Conference. Thank you, Doug and Stacy. Thank you. Just thank you. I just picked cucumbers yesterday. How did they get so big so fast? There's another one. Golly. Fortunately, when they're getting this big on me, their seeds are still not too bad, and I'm turning them straight into dill pickles. Speaking of pickle, for those of you that have been buying my smoky jalapeno eggs, thank you so much. I'm glad everybody's enjoying them. And I have finally caught up to all those orders. I had caught up yesterday morning, and Jay come home with 4 more orders, so I had to hurry and get them put together last night. But I am caught up, so I'm ready to take more orders. Those are for local only because it just costs too much to ship a jar of eggs to somebody. It's just not worth it. But if you're local to me, you can private message me, email me, whatever, give me a call. I'll get you some made. I guess you guys noticed all those cherry tomatoes that I have. Hundreds of thousands of cherry tomatoes. I've been dehydrating them, but today I'm dehydrating a watermelon. And I don't know how that's going to taste. It doesn't look very appealing to me, but everybody says it's delicious. So we'll see when it's finished. Well, the morning traffic is picking up out on our little county road. So things are going to get noisy for a little while, and I think I'll wrap this video up. If you're interested in supporting my channel and also supporting a stay-at-home mom, the t-shirts are going to be $20. If they have to be shipped, we'll have to add a little bit more onto that. Whatever shipping cost to your area is, we'll be able to figure that up for you when you order it. I guess that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you like this video, would you please give it a thumbs up? And also, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now and share my videos. That makes such a huge difference. I can't believe the jump in my analytics when some of you shared my videos. Don't forget to stay tuned to Homestead Rewind on Facebook for live video of the Homesteaders Conference in Hannibal, Missouri. I'm excited about that for sure. Hopefully I will see some of you there. All right, that sun's about over the hill. It's time for me to take shelter, at least for a little while. Until next time, love and peace to everyone.